Number 10. Gungrave. Brandon Heat and Harry McDowell, two friends so close that they could be called brothers, receive an abrupt and violent reminder one fateful day of how appallingly merciless the world around them can be. Their whole lives before them were simple and easygoing, consisting largely of local brawls, seducing women, and committing petty theft to make a living and pass the time. What they failed to realize is that in this cruel world, happiness is fleeting and change is inevitable. Enter Millennium, the largest and most infamous mafia syndicate in the area, which exempts Brandon and Harry into their ranks and starts them at the bottom of the food chain. Harry has ambitions to ascend the ranks and one day replace Big Daddy as the supreme leader of Millennium, while Brandon only wishes to support his friend and appease Big Daddy, who has taken custody of the woman Brandon loves. Based off of the third-person shooter video game under the same name, Gungrave is an epic story of friendship, betrayal, and avarice that spans the course of several years, ultimately tying back to the gripping and foreboding first episode, all the while building up the story's thrilling conclusion. Number 9. 91 Days. As a child living in the town of Lawless, Angelo Lagusa has witnessed a tragedy. His parents and younger brother have been mercilessly slaughtered by the Venetti Mafia family. Losing everything he holds dear, he leaves both his family and hometown behind, adopting the new identity of Avilio Bruno. 7 years later, Avilio finally has his chance for revenge when he receives a mysterious letter prompting him to return to Lawless. Obliging, he soon encounters the Venetti Don's son, Nero, and seeks to befriend him using the skills he has quietly owned for years. Set in the Prohibition area, 91 Days tells the story of Avilio's dark, bloodstained path to vengeance, as he slowly ends each of the men involved in the killing of his family. Number 8. Akatsuki no Yona. Princess Yona lives a life of luxury and ease, completely sheltered from the problems of the seemingly peaceful kingdom of Kona. However, the sudden murder of the king and betrayal of her beloved cousin Su-wan places Yona's life in mortal peril. Forced to escape with only son Hawk, who is both her childhood friend and bodyguard, the naive princess soon discovers that Koga is not the idyllic place she envisioned it to be. Poverty, strife, and corruption run rampant, making reclaiming the throne nothing more than a wishful fantasy given the kingdom's current state. Based on the popular manga of the same name by Mizuo Kusanagi, Akatsuki no Yona follows Princess Yona on a coming-of-age adventure as she faces the harsh realities of her kingdom. With only a mysterious legend to guide her, Yona must discover a way to restore Koka to its former glory while being pursued relentlessly by the forces of the new king of Koka. Number 7. Kenpu Denki Berserk. Born from the corpse of his mother, a young mercenary known only as Guts embraces the battlefield as his only means of survival. Day in and day out, putting his life on the line just to make enough to get by, he moves from one bloodshed to the next. After a run-in with the Band of the Hawk, a formidable group of mercenaries, Guts is recruited by their charismatic leader Griffith, nicknamed the White Hawk. As he quickly climbs the ranks in order to become the head of the offensive faction, Guts proves to be a mighty addition to Griffith's force, taking Midland by storm. However, while the band's quest for recognition continues, Guts slowly realizes that the world is not as black and white as he once assumed. Set in the medieval era, Kenpu Denki Berserk is a dark, gritty tale that follows one man's struggle to find his own path, while supporting another's lust for power, and the unimaginable tragedy that begins to turn the wheels of fate. Number 6. Guilty Crown. Japan 2039. 10 years after the outbreak of the apocalypse virus, an event solemnly regarded as a lost Christmas, the once proud nation has fallen under the rule of the GHQ, an independent military force dedicated to restoring order. Funeral Parlor, a guerrilla group led by the infamous guy Tsutsugami, act as freedom fighters, offering the only resistance to GHQ's cruel despotism. Inori Yuzuriha, a key member of Funeral Parlor, runs into the weak and unsociable Shu Oma during a crucial operation which results in him obtaining the Power of Kings, an ability which allows the wielder to draw out a manifestation of an individual's personality or voids. Now an unwilling participant in the struggle against GHQ, Shu must learn to control his newfound power if he is to help take back Japan once and for all. Guilty Crown follows the action-packed story of a young high school student who is dragged into a war, possessing an ability that will help him uncover the secrets of the GHQ, Funeral Parlor, and Lost Christmas. However, he will soon learn that the truth comes at a far greater price than he could have ever imagined. Number 5. Kuro Shitsuji. Young Seal Phantom Hive is known as the Queen's Guard Dog, taking care of the many unsettling events that occur in Victorian England for Her Majesty. Aided by Sebastian Michaelis, his loyal butler with seemingly inhuman abilities, Seal uses whatever means necessary to get the job done. But is there more to this black-clad butler than meets the eye? In Seal's past lies a secret tragedy that enveloped him in a perennial darkness. During one of his bleakest moments, he formed a contract with Sebastian, a demon, bargaining his soul in exchange for vengeance upon those who wronged him. Today, not only is Sebastian one hell of a butler, but he is also the perfect servant to carry out his master's orders, all the while anticipating the delicious meal he will eventually make of Seal's soul. As the two work to unravel the mystery behind Seal's chain of misfortunes, a bond forms between them that neither heaven nor hell can tear apart. Number 4. Rurouni Kenshin Meiji Kenkaku Romaton Suokuken. When mankind's savagery surpasses his fear of death, there is little hope for those who wish to live honest lives. Beneath a full moon, a young boy witnesses the murder of the bandits who had enslaved him, and is then christened with a new name by the man who had rescued him. This boy is Shinta, now known as Kenshin Himura, and he is destined to become a swordsman. The softness of his heart does not benefit the occupation, but his desire to protect the innocent is absolute. This story details the origins of a man who would bear the name of Hitokiri Badosai long before he swore his oath not to kill and before he earned his reputation as an assassin. The young man's heart is divided between justice and corruption, while the fate of the nation rests on his actions. Number 3. Code Geass Hangyaku no Lelouch R2. 1 year has passed since the Black Rebellion, a failed uprising against the Holy Britannian Empire led by the masked vigilante Zero, who is now missing. At a loss without their revolutionary leader, Area 11th Resistance Group, the Black Knights, find themselves too powerless to combat the brutality inflicted upon the 11th by Britannia, which has increased significantly in order to crush any hope of a future revolt. Lelouch Lamperogue, having lost all memory of his double life, is living peacefully alongside his friends as a high school student at Ashford Academy. His former partner Cece, unable to accept this turn of events, takes it upon herself to remind him of his past purpose, hoping that the Mastermind Zero will rise once again to finish what he started in this thrilling conclusion to the series.
Is the future. Evolution.
Claymore. When a shape-shifting demon with a thirst for human flesh known as Yuma arrives in Rocky's village, a lone woman with silver eyes walks into town with only a sword upon her back. She is a Claymore, a being manufactured as half human and half Yuma for the express purpose of exterminating these monsters. After Rocky's family is killed, the Claymore saves his life but is subsequently banished from his home. With nowhere else to go, Rocky finds the claymore known as Claire and decides to follow her on her journeys. As the pair travel from town to town, defeating Yuma along the way, more about Claire's organization and her fellow warriors comes to light. With every town cleansed and every demon destroyed, they come closer to the Yuma on which Claire has sought vengeance ever since she chose to become a claymore.
This is the future. Human error. Evolution.
Skip beat. Bright, diligent, and yet naive 16-year-old Kyoku Mogami works hard to support the career and dreams of her childhood friend, crush, and rising pop icon, Shotaro Fuwa. Toiling endlessly at burger joints and tea ceremonies, the innocent Kyoku remains unaware that day in day out, all her tireless efforts have been taken for granted, until one day she finds out that her beloved show sees her as nothing but a free servant. Shocked, heartbroken, and enraged, she vows to take revenge on the rookie star by entering the ruthless world of entertainment herself. As she steps into the new life, Kyoku will face new challenges as well as people who will push her out of her comfort zone. Based on the best-selling shoujo manga by Yoshiki Nakamura, Skip Beat showcases the growth of a young woman who slowly unlearns how to work herself to the bone for the satisfaction of others and takes her future into her own hands instead.
Alright everyone, that's it for today's video. Did you guys enjoy this list? Or find any anime you're interested in? Let us know your thoughts down in the comments, and please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And if you're new, remember to turn on notifications for more upcoming top 10 videos.